Hey, Facebook land. This is private practice. We've made it to Tuesday afternoon. It's just gone 4:30 p.m. No evacuations have occurred at Purple Co HQ today on account of bushfires. Hurrah! I am so grateful that we haven't been evacuated, although I have been using packing up the car as my posture breaks for today. Carol Atkinson, lovely to see you here. So weather update, it's just freaking hot and windy, which is why people are freaking out about all potential fires. There are fires around us. I mean, not enclosing us, but they're around. The smoke and the air quality is pretty darn horrible. You wouldn't want to be outside for any length of time. And we've probably got a couple of days of this, if not longer. I can't actually see any real rain forecast anytime soon, which is what we all need to continue to pray for. So we need rain and we need the wind to stop. Otherwise, this just gets really messy and gets out of control. So this is not my first bushfire emergency. I have been evacuated before when Anthony was 2. I've also lived through a situation where my poor darling sister was giving birth to her first child and we couldn't get to her because of bushfires, and then my parents got their evacuation zone got evacuated. So we're not new to fires and bushfire emergencies. To be honest, the inconvenience of this just messes with my head and drives me a little bit batty. So I had a lovely long weekend, despite the fact that this emergency turned up. John and I, my husband and I, went to the beach and just hung out together, and I slept a lot. I forget how tired I can get. Not so much physically at the moment, but definitely emotionally. And I think that's the end of the year. I've come off the back of a really intense couple of weeks being in the US, and I just think it's the wind down to the end of the year that happens, and it's starting to happen for us here in Australia. And it's this particular thing I wanted to speak into today. So we've essentially got 5 weeks until the end of the year. So we don't tend to work here in Australia during the Christmas New Year period, although some people will choose to do that. So coming up to the end of December, around the 20th of December, from 20th of December through to the first, second week of January, we just kind of stop. And I think after the Melbourne Cup race, which was last week, everybody starts going, it's just sliding into the end of the year. But I want to bring our attention to some intentionality about this slide into the end of the year. So if you're feeling overcommitted or underwhelmed by your successes this year, if you're feeling like you've missed your goals or there's just too much to be done and you haven't had enough of an opportunity to get all of the things done, you've now got this really good chunk of time to reset yourself. And I did this exercise with my mentor today and it was brilliant. Hello, Nicola. Yay, Nicola's here. Jill Johnson Young's here too. Oh, yay, I feel so loved. Okay, so I want you to think about all of the things that you would like to have done by the end of the year. And just be curious about what happens to your body. Whether you go, I really want to get this done, I really want to get that done, whether there's an excitement or a dread, whether there is, oh my God, or there's like, okay, what do we need to do to make that work? If there's a sense of, I can get this done, I'm looking forward to getting this finished, or there's a sense of, oh my God, if one more person asks me to do one more thing, I'm going to punch them with something sharp. Is that just me? Did I just say that? I may have done that. I want you to become really, really curious about where your emotional energy is at the moment. Hello, Stacey. Because chances are you've been holding your breath or you've been working really hard, and we're coming to the end of the year, and for some reason it just tends to surprise us that the end of the year arrives. And I know for a lot of you living in the United States, it's like, oh, it's Thanksgiving. It's like us here in Australia, it's, oh, it's Christmas. It's like, we know this happens every single year. So I want you, the first thing I want you to do is become curious about what it is that goes on for your body when you start thinking about 5 weeks. Because most of us on this, who are watching this or listening to this at some later stage, we will have delivery we need to do. I've got a lot of new clients starting. I've got a lot of people saying, I've got so much I need to get done. I've got all this stuff I want to implement, and the projects I started at the beginning of the year haven't been able to come to fruition, and I need this done and that done, the other thing done. I'm like, stop, please stop. You're freaking me out. I can't keep up with you. So if I'm struggling to do that, we all know how fast I can move, then chances are you're not going to get anything done. So I want you to become really intentional about what this next 5 weeks can mean for you. Now, I am not going to ask you to set a plan. You can do that in your own time. What I do want you to do, however, is I want you to identify how you want to feel on December 31st. Do you want to feel accomplished? Do you want to feel satisfied? Do you want to feel fulfilled? Do you want to feel rested? Because you've got 5 weeks now to bring that feeling to fruition. And I can assure you, it isn't going to happen on December 30. We actually need to work towards bringing that feeling to fruition. What tends to happen for most people, most ambitious, overachieving people who just keep doing and doing and doing and doing, is that we get to December 31 and then we feel like we failed. We realize we haven't hit income targets or client targets, or we haven't launched that new product, or we haven't sold this many things and stuff, or we haven't got this type of lifestyle created. Stop it. You can't fail. This is your life. It's not up for failure, right? But what we can do is get better at recognizing, hey, I've got some stuff that I need to just park over there for a little while. Carol, you've been awesome at this year. You poor love. You have had to do all the parking while you have focused on all of your recovery. And sometimes for a lot of us, it takes a massive health event. I know Jill Johnson Young has had to go through this as well, as have I, where it's like, I can't actually function and get out of bed. So you really quickly learn what your priorities are. So for everybody else who has got super capacity and super capability, yay you're the people I am the most worried about, because you're the people who are going to wake up on January 1 going, I've just set my New Year's resolutions based on the feelings I had on December 31, where I felt like I failed, I wasn't good enough, I didn't bring anything to completion. So all you're going to do is reset New Year's resolutions based on old year's feelings, and you're going to perpetuate the cycle over and over and over and over again. And yes, I am talking about New Year's resolutions in the beginning of November, because I personally think they're a crock, but because we've gotten so bad at effective planning and what planning needs to look like, and we are so caught up in the pursuit of more that we forget that there are things that need to be done. So, curious, when you think about the projects you want to have completed by the end of the year, what feelings come up for you? Are they feelings you want, or are they feelings you don't want? Then I want you to attach to 31st of December, how do you want to feel? What is it you would like to be able to celebrate on December 31, going, I feel so fulfilled. I'm really looking forward to 2020 and all of the things that I'm going to accomplish. And the way you're going to do that is, once you've got that feeling and you've held on to it and you know what it is that you're pursuing, then your plan will make more sense, because you can't get attached to something that's actually going to set you up for failure. Well, you can, and that's a conversation for another day. That's called self-sabotage. And if that's what's going on for you, then you need to be in my online learning community, because we need to deal with that differently. Plug for my online learning community. Didn't see that coming. Glad we made that happen. Okay, so you clear on what your homework is? Very clear. I want to be able to leave the year feeling content and looking forward to 2020. I've got some really great projects happening next year, but I have had to cut a lot of things out of my to-do list today and become very focused on the things that I want to get done, and I want to get them done well, because I am sick and tired of feeling like I've started stuff and not finishing it, and I want to see things through to completion. It's just really tough for me, because my personality is not a finisher. I like to start. I love the invigoration that comes with starting something new, but I need to get better at actually following through to completion, because I'm leaving money on the table and I don't want to keep doing that anymore. So there we go, Bushfire Emergency Tuesday. Looking forward to coming back and sharing with you some more tomorrow. Let's hope that the weather crisis, whatever that was, is still a non-event. So until tomorrow, go be your awesome self.